Hi guys, this short video, or as short as I can keep it, is very useful for you in accessing all of my systems online. So there's two systems that you need to access, and this video is split into three parts. The first one is you accessing basically your profile through my website. Now, the only thing that's going to be of real interest to you on your profile through my website is accessing your test scores. Now, when you registered with me, you registered on a website called physicslessonsonline.com/kuwait.html. Now, that's actually important because that part of the site is designed specifically for Kuwait, and it's not online, it's face-to-face. So when you first came to me, you basically registered. Now all you have to do is log in. You don't register again. Now, if you did it on your computer, the computer should remember what you registered with, and you should be able to log in straight away. Now, what will you see when you log in? You will see your profile, and it will look something like this. So you've got your contact details, your exam grades, your payment, your email confirmation. Hopefully you've picked your time slot by then, and it should be green. Your phone number confirmed, but more importantly for me now, your test results. Now, every time you do a quiz, it will be populated here. What will it look like? It will look something like this, where it gives you the quiz name and it gives you the quiz score. If it's green, I'm very happy. If it's amber, nos, and if it's red, I'm starting to get worried about you. It's a cause for concern. If you've not done it in time, it will show up with a 0. You can do it, but it will just be marked late after the time. So that is access to your profile, which is through my website. That's always through the website, physicslessonsonline.com/kuwait.html. I'll put the URL in the group one more time so you've got access to it. Please save it somewhere on your notes, because I don't want you to be accessing my online one, which is for the rest of the world, which is basically just physicslessonsonline.com. There's no /.kuwait in there. The second part of this video is going to be you accessing something called Google Drive. So let's look at that now. So guys, when you access Google Drive, you should see this folder in a folder called Shared With Me. Now, when you're on a computer, there is no need for an app. So when you signed up with me, you gave me a Gmail. If you basically, with your Gmail, go to Google Drive, so for example, let's say you were signed into Gmail, there are these 9 little boxes in the top right hand side normally. You click on there and you will have access to something called Google Drive. So let me just pull that across so you can see that quite clearly. So there's your Google Drive. You will click on that and it will open up a file like this. Let me just make that smaller so you can see. So when you go into this, you will need to go to Shared With Me, because I've shared IGCSE Physics with you. When you go into IGCSE Physics, you will see a bunch of folders right now, which I invite you to go and play with and have a look at. All the non-classified mark schemes are there, like I promised, for those exam books that I gave you. The first video is in, the first quiz is in. When you go in here, it says General Physics, page 2 to page 82, it's referring to your book. Length and time, page 2 to page 5, it's referring to your book. Only do quizzes when I've asked you to do the quiz, not before. This folder down the bottom, bonus reports, I want to bring your attention to this. There is some great study tips in here, mistakes to avoid, myths about exams, stuff that I'd love to teach in class, but I don't have time to. And unlock your learning style. Go and have a look at that one. Do the multiple choice quiz for yourself, answer it for yourself at the end, and find out how you learn best. This is very valuable. You might find out that there's more than one way you learn best, but normally one thing dominates, and that should be your focus. So whether it's reading and writing, whether it's watching videos, whether it's doing, whether it's listening. Figure out how you learn best. If it's a combination, use a combination. There's a reason I give you videos. There's a reason I give you exam questions so you can do. There's a reason I give you a book to read. And eventually these videos that I do, I'm going to turn them into podcasts so you can just listen. That's something that's coming soon. So basically I'm tackling every way a student learns, and I'm leaving it to the student to use my resources as best as possible. Now, when you do this on a computer, you'll be able to open up the PDFs, no problem, no fancy gimmicky things needed, and the videos should open no problem at all. However, I have experienced in the past students finding issues with opening the videos. If that happens, please get in touch. And Google is probably going to need some evidence, so show me the screen that you get when you try to open the video. And also, they will want to know what operating system you have. Get in touch if you don't know how to do that. I'll show you how you can find out what operating system you have. Guys, let's fix these problems early if they occur, because this valuable resource is accessed from your phone, your iPad, your tablet, your computer, anytime you like for the entire year. And like I said to you in the first lesson, I don't want to bog you down, so I just add it nice and slowly so you're not like, oh my God, there's so much stuff in here. Because by the end of the year, there will be so much stuff in there. So very shortly, we're going to go into the third part of the video, which will be a screen recording of what happens on a tablet or an iPhone. And then I'm going to talk over it. Problems that happen with tablets and iPhones: PDFs don't open, okay? But I've got a nice, easy workaround for the PDFs. I've never really heard the videos not opening, but again, if that happens, you've got to get in touch. Quizzes can be done in all, as far as I'm aware, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a phone, whether it's a computer. No one's ever told me that a quiz can't be done. So please just check that, in the first quiz. If there's any issues, let me know. The one thing I'll say about quizzes, which look like this, is be careful when you use the scroll button on a kind of device. Because what happens sometimes is a student, let's say they pick the answer A and it's the correct answer, and they scroll. What will happen is when they pick the answer A and they scroll, it'll change the answer. They'll then submit the quiz at the end. And when they submit the quiz at the end, now I see it differently from you. I don't have a submit button because I'm not the student. When they can click submit, they get all the wrong answers because they scrolled incorrectly. Okay, you can only do the quiz once, and then it gives you a mark, and it'll give you feedback straight away. So at the top, you'll put in your Google address. That's very important. It's got to be correct. It's got to be accurate. Your name. And these are last year's classes. I'll update these. You'll pick the right class for you, and then you go and do the quiz. Okay, it's that straightforward, I hope. So let us now go to part 3 of the video, where I basically do a screen recording of a tablet device, for example, a phone, and then I tell you how to get around the PDF issue on your phone. Right, let's take a look at what happens in a device such as a mobile phone or a tablet like an iPad. So what you're going to need to do first of all is have the app Google Drive installed on your phone. Now I have. So when I go to Google Drive, my Google Drive looks something like this. Now in the older phones, depending on if you've updated or not, if you click the lines at the top left hand side, it would have opened a folder, and in here used to be Shared With Me. However, in the more recent updates, Shared With Me is actually now down the bottom, way down here. So here you can see files that have been shared with me. Now, like I said to you before, I'm the one doing the sharing. So when you go to Shared With Me, the folder that should be sitting waiting on you is this one right here, IGCSE Physics. And when you click on this, you'll see the exact same folders that you can see on your computer, that you should see on an iPad, that you should see on a phone, using your Gmail address that you registered with. Now, let's say I want to open a PDF. Now, for me, they're going to open because I'm the host. But what happens for most students is the PDF doesn't open. So here's an exam question that I'm going through, summer 2002. It's a PDF, I try to open it. Like I said, for me it's going to open, but for many students it doesn't. So on the top right hand side, there are 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots. What you then do is copy link. And then what you do is you go to the internet and basically you paste that link and click go. That is a nice easy workaround for anybody that's having difficulty with the PDF not opening on their iPad or their phone. So this is how you do it. Videos shouldn't be an issue. I've not really come across anyone who's had an issue with videos. If you do have any issues with anything, please get in touch early. Don't leave it to the next lesson. Do it early on. Let's fix any problems so that you will have access to what I hope will be a very valuable resource to you that will help you get what you want out of your physics lessons. Thank you for taking the time to listen.